Hello everybody. In today's video we will be working on a Canon EOS Rebel S. Now we don't work on a lot of these Canons, AF Canons, automatic Canon cameras, as well as pretty much Minolta Canons as much as we work on manual cameras, for a simple reason because customers don't feel that those older automatic focus cameras are as valuable as manual cameras, and we don't get a lot of them. However, if you refer to our website, we do still service them to a certain degree, depending on parts and the cost of the repair, because unlike with manual SLR cameras where you can justify the cost of a replacement part and things like that for the value of the camera, with these older autofocus cameras, it's not really there. I mean, these are good cameras for what they are, but it doesn't carry the same sentiment, I would say, as the manual camera of the alternative. Let's say Canon A1 comparatively to let's say Canon EOS Rebel or Rebel S. So in any case, the problem that this camera is experiencing is pretty common with the EOS Rebel cameras, and this has to do with winding of the film. It basically is intermittent. Once the film is wound inside the film chamber, it sometimes sputters. It doesn't always advance the film. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna open up the winding mechanism, completely clean it. We will clean the rewind sensors here as well to make sure that everything is operating as it should, and then we'll do some external cleaning. So primarily we'll be working with the bottom portion and the side, because there is no reason for me to disassemble this camera completely. There's nothing in it that warrants this procedure. Let's go ahead and start working on it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and confirm that the camera still releases, and it does. Let's go ahead and remove the battery. All right, in this camera we will have to remove the front cover first. Gonna loosen up this film door latch cover a little bit. Not gonna take it out completely, at least not yet. And see if this, oh, got one more screw. It's been a while since I worked on this model, but let's see here. If there's anything else we left off. No, we're good here. So here's our camera. Now we're gonna take out the bottom cover plate. So these cameras, Canon autofocus cameras, are a little bit different by design than, let's say, Minolta Maxim series or Pentax ZX series cameras when it comes to film. So as soon as you insert the film in this Canon camera, first thing it does, it basically starts winding or rewinding, actually unwinding, if you will, the film completely, and then it goes in the opposite direction. Whereas in other cameras, it just go ahead and pulls the film from the cartridge shot by shot. So there's your difference there. All right, so we'll do the following first because we have access to this. So this is our film door latch. That underneath the latch there's a contact that could get dirty or oxidated and could hinder the operation of rewind and winding. Let's go ahead and clean this area before we get into the other portions of the camera. All right. Okay, yes, so here's the contact and it looks like it's really greasy and a little bit of corrosion on it as well. So let's go ahead and clean it and then put it back together. All right, so let's clean this contact here as well. Okay, looks clean. Now let's put everything back. Okay. Okay, that looks good here. The next thing associated with film are these contacts. There's basically 6 contacts that are basically reading the film and are touching against these contacts so that it senses the value of the film, I guess, and it reports it to the memory or CPU of the camera. So let's go ahead and clean it as well. Now, since we're done with this portion, now I can migrate to this side. Just put a little stand here to level it out. Okay, let's open up this portion. And again, due to the age, a lot of these gears to a certain degree are dirty, and what we'll do is clean them. There's a lot of dust, a lot of particles in there, and any of these particles, if it gets jammed even temporarily while it winds the film, it will tell the camera to stop the progression of the winding, okay? Because it doesn't know the reason behind it, and it basically tells the camera, because it's all automatic and electronic. So what we need to do is make sure that this chamber in this area is clean of any dust and debris as much as possible, and we'll put it back together. Right. Looks like the gears on this unit are fine. There's no issues with it. There's no worn out teeth or anything like that. Everything looks intact. So is this one. Looks to be in good condition. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and let these gears dry out, and then let's work on this section. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of the old grease and put some fresh grease on it. All right, so let's go ahead and remove this assembly and do the necessary cleaning as well. All right. Okay, let's make sure that there's no obstructions to the winding process. Looks like it's pretty smooth here, both ways. All right. Go ahead and clean this metal plate too a little bit. Okay, so then the bottom cover goes first. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the battery in. See what we get. Okay, now we'll insert film and see how it behaves. All right, so in a conventional camera, when you attach the film to the spool, it advances that film from the chamber every shot, okay, every frame. And with these cameras, it actually does the opposite, a little bit opposite. It actually unwinds the entire length of the film, 24 exposures or 36 exposures, whatever you have, 12. And then as you release it, it winds it back into the chamber. So let's see here. As you can see, it gives you a numbering sequence, how far it's gone with the frames. There you go. So now all we'll do here is just continue releasing the camera until it stops. And I want to make sure that there's no inconsistencies or intermittencies with this process as it was before. Perfect. All right, and it winds it back into the film cartridge. So everything looks to be okay. So let's go ahead and finish our cleaning. It looks like it's missing 2 screws here on this side. Let's see if we can find a couple of screws for this camera. Okay, that's one, and I need one more of the same design. There we go. Perfect. All right, now we can continue cleaning it, or actually start cleaning it. Remove the battery. Yeah, I've tested this camera previously for other operations, film, you know, shutter, everything looks good there. Accuracy of timing. So that was the only issue that needed to be addressed in the camera. a little dust in the viewfinder, so we'll go ahead and clean it a little bit. Oh, perfect. All right, everything looks good here. Just gonna clean this eye cup. So that'll do it for us.